Hello, everybody, and welcome back. TEPSA Presents is back. We kind of took the summer off, but the school year is here or right around the corner, depending on where you are. And so TEPSA is back again with brand new episodes. My name is Todd Nesloni. I'm the Director of Culture and Strategic Leadership here at the Texas Elementary Principals and Supervisors Association. We are going to try to continue to bring you conversations this entire school year over a variety of topics. And when we started thinking about what episode do we want to start with when it comes to getting back in the swing of things, obviously the conversation of mental and physical wellness first of all came to our minds, because if we're not taking care of our brains and our hearts and our bodies, then we're never going to be as good as we can for our kids and their families. And so we decided to reach out to Nick over at TeacherFit and have him on. So Nick, thanks for being here. Kind of tell us who you are.
Yeah, Todd, thank you. It's an honor to be on the show live and on the podcast. But then also, I'm excited to be the first one back for the school year to get everybody in the right mindset to kind of take action, be proactive with their wellness. So I really appreciate you inviting me on. I am Nick Mann, the founder of TeacherFit and StudentFit. We're a proactive mental, physical, and emotional wellness program built for educators, whether you are in the classroom, whether you're a school leader or you're a support staff. We believe that every single educator should be taken care of. And also StudentFit and our new Advocate mental and emotional wellness program for students. This all came about a few years ago. We're now in our third school year, or about to kick off our third school year, when we noticed a need in our local school system in Virginia. We were working an after-school program for multiple years at that point, and we saw that not only were students in need of these wellness programs, but teachers were really hurting for proactive tools they could use to eat healthier, to learn more about hydration, to, do a yoga class at night with their spouse, little things like that, that just weren't really available to educators when you compared it to corporate America or, technology firms and those types of places who have all of these great resources. And we kind of, through leveraging technology, have created this program. And, we're excited to be going into our third year, continuing to impact staff and students.
Well, I got to tell you, I absolutely love what y'all do. And a lot of it because of what you just said. You think about a lot of corporate companies and things like that. They all have some kind of health and wellness initiative. They really focus on that with their people. But when it comes to us as educators, we put all that energy into our students. And that's great and that's good, but we often forget about ourselves. And I know, there's lots of different activities and workouts you can join, but there isn't any for educators. And that's what I love about TeacherFit. It's like my community of people that I can learn and grow with, and such variety. I know y'all were also part of our summer conference, and y'all did some live yoga and breathing and exercises as well there. So when was this become something that was important to you?
So physical fitness and mental health has been always very important to me through my life. I was very active playing sports and that type of stuff. But then after I served in the military, I had a passion for working with students. I had really had pulling at my heartstrings when I was an instructor in the Marine Corps, and then taking care of my Marines who were essentially students themselves or right out of high school. And I was just constantly looking for a way to give back to my local community. And, through going into every single school I think I could get to, I finally had a principal that would take a chance on me, and we created an after-school program. And then just seeing the impact that a little bit of physical activity or a little bit of breathing had on the students, but then also seeing the impact that the teachers had on those students and the way they looked up to them. And, the ones that would come out and work out with us or just walk the track with us, it was those educators that the students would not stop talking about. And I knew from my experience as a student that impact was going to last them a lifetime. And if I could, in turn, get more educators to have more energy in the classroom, to feel better, to, be just the person mentally, physically, and emotionally that they want to be, the happier they're going to be in the classroom and the more impact they're going to have in the students. I know the brand has always been TeacherFit, but the goal of the whole program from day one has been impact by example. I want to impact educators so they can turn around and stand in that classroom as a well human and impact students. And it's just ever since I kind of made that connection in our after school program of like, man, I see this relationship from teacher to student. I knew that was what we had to do, and I knew our purpose was to impact staff and then in turn impact students.
I love it. But, I got to ask, I understand the value as an educator myself and leader. I know how important this is, but I will still make the excuse of, oh, well, I just don't have time, or I'm so exhausted at the end of the day, Nick, like this is not one more thing I need on my plate. So for people like me who will make those excuses about why not being a part of this, what do you say?
I say it's all about habits. And, we all have those days where it's so hard and it's so easy to make those excuses. But we also know how great we feel after we go for a 10-minute walk with our spouse after dinner, or we wake up 15 minutes earlier and we do a stretching routine, or we take 3 minutes to do a breathing practice before we start our school day. And if we just remember those and we think about compounding interest, we know that that benefit is going to far exceed how hard it is. And as educators, we have not chosen the easy path. Like, it is hard. It is low paying, long hours, hard. So take that same mindset and approach your wellness. Make the hard choice on a daily basis to just do something small. It doesn't have to be run a marathon or do a crazy workout. It can be simply, I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to do 3 minutes of breathing. And those little things over time will make a big impact for you.
Now, you've mentioned something a couple times that I've gotten into over the last 6 months that I thought was just crazy, hokey, like dumb kind of stuff. But I've heard you mention it now a couple of times, because when I hear workout, I think of, oh my gosh, I got to get out there. I got to do all this sweating. I'm not as flexible as this. But, there's a lot of stuff that goes into the wellness besides just the cardio. And you've mentioned stretching, but you also have mentioned several times the breathing techniques. And I think that is one thing in particular that we can kind of flippantly say, oh, that's not really that big of a deal, or I know how to breathe. Like, that's not, but that really does play a role in your own taking care of yourself. And so that's what I love about what y'all do, is that there's an entry point for everybody. Like, I may not physically be able to do some of the physical workouts, or I may not be ready for the stretches, but I'm ready to learn how to do some breathing, or how to do maybe a yoga, or how to do a meditation. Like, I love that those components are part of it too. Now, are those part of the student fit as well?
Correct. So we have breathing practices, mindfulness, meditation for both staff and students. And the goal behind that is for our staff members, maybe they wake up 5 minutes early and they do start that daily practice of breathing. Well, then they can turn around, and we all know that not only do staff members feel anxiety and mental health issues and depression and compassion fatigue, but our students are going through the same exact thing. So if I am now working on myself through breathing, through mindfulness, I can turn around and have that connecting point with my student. I may not connect with a student on a level of science. That student may just never have that connection to me. Right. But the simple human act of breathing is such a powerful, simple way to say, hey, I also feel anxiety. I know you've expressed anxiety about testing. Why don't you try this breathing practice from your Advocate app or our Student Fit program? And then let's go through that together. And if you can give a student that tool, that could last a lifetime. That every time they feel anxiety, maybe when they start driving, or maybe they're doing the SAT, or maybe it's when they're in college, or as an adult, we still feel it. If you can have that connecting point and give them the power of breath, which is the ultimate power, right? It gives us life. Then I think that is the ultimate touch point with a student. And that's why we have it for both programs.
Well, what I love too is, as an administrator, I'm always leery about bringing in one more thing or adding another program to the list. But what I love about TeacherFit and StudentFit is I wish when I was an administrator, this would have existed, because I can see this so much as not a one more thing, but as in something that solves so many problems, whether it's a staff member looking to get a certain part of their life under control, or it's somebody who's really needing some supports in the classroom to better help the mental and physical wellness of their students. And so, what is your pitch for school administrators who are sitting here going, this sounds interesting, but why would I like need this for my staff or my students? Like, is it just one more thing? Like, convince me that this is what, as an administrator, like this will make me the rock star of the campus.
Yeah. So our big thing is accessibility. Like you said, we know that teachers and leaders are just bombarded with all of these resources. But what we've done is make it accessible. So as a school leader, you sign up for the program and you give it to your staff, you give it to your students. Our goal is to make it 100% plug and play. You don't have to manage things. You don't have to require meetings to go over it.
So nice.
Yeah, we give you a link, your staff members sign up. And then if I'm a staff member and I want to get up early and do a workout, great, do that at 5 a.m. If I'm a staff member that wants to do yoga with my spouse at 10 p.m. at night, they can do that. It doesn't require work once the program's in. That's it. And, like you said, not everyone wants the hard workouts, or not everyone needs a nutrition change, but everyone can use mindfulness. Everyone can use a resource in the classroom. So we try to get something for everyone, make it simple, and help, as a leader, I think showing that compassion and empathy towards your staff and what they're going through. Obviously, the last couple of years have really shown that if you can give them something that they can turn to in need without them having to come knock on your door, you're like, hey, I gave you access. Like, let's try some mindfulness.
Yeah.
I think that's just a huge benefit to any campus.
Hey, and I loved when you said, I don't have to do any training over how to use it. That was like, oh, you're speaking to my administrator heart here. Well, I remind me, at the beginning, though, you said y'all are working on that. Y'all just released something new, right?
Yep.
Tell me about it.
So we just launched our Student Fit Advocate program. And after working 2 years in over 300 plus schools in 4 countries, we identified with our counselors, actually, that there was a real need to help them duplicate themselves. So our goal is to help a counselor keep a pulse on the mental and emotional wellness of their students. So we've taken Student Fit, mindfulness, fitness, and yoga, and we've beefed it up to be a daily wellness check-in for students. So I come in with my smartphone, or I'm on my Chromebook, and I check into my Advocate app and I say, I'm feeling great today, or I'm not feeling so great. And then there's a simple button that if a student is in need, they can request an appointment with their counselor. And that's going to send an email to their counselor, and that's going to put a notification in the counselor's app that says, hey, Todd needs help today, and this is what he's going through. The student can simply put some notes in there. Hey, my parents are fighting. I've been getting bullied. And that takes the responsibility away from the student to say, hey, I need to leave the classroom and I need to go find my counselor. There's nerves and embarrassment and all those things associated with that. And we want to take that off the student, and we want to make it a proactive resource for the counselor, so they can say, hey, I've got 3 students who have requested my attention today. Let me prioritize them based on what they've added in their notes. And then I'm going to go seek those students out, so we can be proactive in fighting, mental health issues, emotional health issues with our students, and really keep that pulse of our whole student body. The current ratios are somewhere between 200 to 500 students per counselor. And I think we can all agree, in today's time, what we've gone through in the past 2 years, that's just not enough. And what we're trying to do through technology, keeping it, again, simple. It's just a simple login for the staff member and the student to help counselors duplicate themselves and really impact their students. And my goal with this whole program and the hours we've put into it, the days, is if we can get one student that's going to check in and ask for help, and then we can prevent, all the bad things that can happen, it's 100% worth it. And I think we can do that for much more than just one.
I didn't know anything about this piece of y'all, what you do, but to me, I'm just sitting here going, this could truly, like you just said, save lives, because of that taking out because it is uncomfortable as a student to tell your teacher, I need to go talk to a counselor, or even to go into the counselor's office and have that face-to-face, I need to talk to you. But it's so much easier to send a message and have them come and get you and find you. I love this so much. Okay, so people may be listening today and thinking, okay, Nick, this sounds really cool. Like, I want some more information. Where can they go for some more information?
So Twitter is the most active place that we are. They can shoot us a DM on Twitter. They can also check out schools.teacherfit.com/advocate, and they can learn all about that program. They can see the demo video. They can check that out. And then we're running.
Oh, so we may have lost him in his internet connection here, but we're going to keep going. So I put the link in the chat. So it's schools.teacherfit.com/advocate to check out the advocate program. TeacherFit and StudentFit are doing incredible work. And we at TEPSA love the work they're doing so much that we want y'all to go check it out. Take care of the mental health and physical health, not only of yourselves, but of your teams, your students, everything else. When there's programs like this at your disposal, why would you not at least want to check it out? I know for me as an educator, I would have loved to have this program. And I'm sorry, but that advocate thing is so cool. So, oh, there he is. Nick is back now. So I was just telling Nick that everybody needs to check it out. I put the link in the chat box because at TEPSA, we love the work you're doing. And as a leader and an educator, I would have begged to have something like this for myself while in the classroom. And so I hope that people go and think about how important this is, especially with the day and age we're living now, and how this is one more tool in your chest to be as successful as possible. So as we close out, what parting words would you like to leave people with, Nick?
No, Todd, I really appreciate the time. Definitely check out the links for Advocate. We want to partner with you. We understand there are budget issues and time issues and all the things. You know, I am so passionate about this project that I'm willing to work with you. Let me know if you want to bring it to your school. Anyone who signs up for Advocate, you're going to get TeacherFit for free for the whole school year as well. You know, our goal is to change the culture of wellness in your school. So take care of your students, and we're going to throw in TeacherFit for free. So that's the deal we're throwing out there. I want to take care of these full educational communities. So let us know if you have questions and we'll get you taken care of.
Okay, I don't know why you wouldn't sign up for it now, just for the fact of getting TeacherFit for free. Like, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Nick, for being here, from everybody at TEPSA. And thank you, everybody, for listening or watching another TEPSA Presents. Remember, we'll have brand new episodes every couple of weeks. Follow us on all of our social media to know when the next episode is coming up. Have a great rest of your day.